The boys of summer are back, and baseball is in full swing. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chronochord Gaming and our playthrough of R.B.I. Baseball for the Nintendo Entertainment System. I am here with my co-host C-Dub. My name is JC. What's good, brother?
Not much. This is a classic from the NES, one of the founding fathers of the baseball video game genre. As you can see, it does not feature all of the teams for Major League Baseball. However, it does have a pretty good selection, does it not, JC?
Yeah, C-Dub. These teams were the cream of the crop for 1986 and 87. Now, we chose the American League All-Stars facing the National League All-Stars. I am in control of Player 1 for our playthrough. Gonna go with Tom Hankey, the right-handed pitcher from the Toronto Blue Jays. Had a nice fastball for the era. And here we go. We are starting off at bat. The first thing I always did, and still do when I play this game, is pinch hit for Willie Randolph. Going to throw in one of my favorite old players, Paul Molitor, who now manages the Minnesota Twins. Now, C-Dub, who is this opposing pitcher that we are going against?
That would be none other than the great Fernando Valenzuela, who played for Los Angeles at the time. Man, one of my favorite pitchers of all time. And also, it's notable to mention that on this team, he has the second lowest ERA for the stats. He does not have the fastest pitches for the National League All-Stars. However, he is quite effective. We're going to see how effective he is as we go along here.
Yeah, he's been giving up some hits right away. I was thrown out at third, unfortunately, there. Donnie Baseball stretching for a triple, didn't quite make it. Oh, and that ball is well hit and gone. Home run for George Bell.
Great hitting, Georgie. And next up, we've got Jose Canseco from the Oakland Athletics.
One half of the Bash brothers.
That's right, along with Mark McGwire. And as we can see here, he can bash. That one is gone. This game is getting away from the National League All-Stars pretty fast.
This AL All-Star team is stacked with power hitters and features a lot of notable names from that period. And frankly, there was a lot of steroid users as well on this team.
Well, hey, I mean, at least the guy we got up to bat right now, the Iron Man, Cal Ripken Jr., one of the best all-natural players of all time.
Agreed.
And here he goes up against Fernando Valenzuela. I mean, you could see some really legendary matchups that were occurring in baseball at the time. Or rather, that wouldn't occur in baseball. Of course, interleague play was not implemented at the time.
Yeah, interleague play wouldn't be around for another decade or so after this game was released. This was the first game that actually featured real players' names licensed by the MLB Players Association. We're getting to see a lot of cool matchups you would never see. Fernando versus Mark McGwire, unless it was the World Series.
That's right. And there we go, top of the first, the American League, that is us, leading by 3. We've got another great player out of Montreal, a defunct team. They're not even around anymore. The Montreal Expos, Tim Raines.
Yeah, Timmy Raines, he's one of the fastest guys in this game. I would put him right behind Vince Coleman for the St. Louis Cardinals. He is impossible to catch on the base paths.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, I mean, we've said a lot about the American League team being stacked, but this National League team is nothing to sneeze at whatsoever. You got guys like Andre Dawson here from Chicago, Eric Davis, Mike Schmidt, Andres Galarraga. There's plenty of great players here.
Yeah, unfortunately, they're going up against the wrecking crew known as the AL All-Stars. That was a pretty quick inning. We had one hit given up, but no damage done. And we're back at bat with George Brett, the Royals legend, known for the pine tar incident as much as anything.
Somebody check that bat.
Oh, and he's out at second base.
Ho ho ho.
Trying to stretch it out into 2.
Ryan Sandberg was not allowing that one.
All right, now here we are. The 8th position, I always pinch hit here as well. Taking out Schroeder, who's useless, and throwing in the ultra juiced Big Mac Mark McGwire. Hits a one-hopper to the fence. Not sure many people can do that.
Yeah, I don't think so. You know, notable to mention at that time, Mark McGwire had put up one shy of 50 home runs, 49 home runs in a season. Of course, he was nearly a decade away from breaking the home run record, which was not without controversy.
Yeah, McGwire was relatively new to Major League Baseball when this game came out, and he had a lot of pop in his bat. Now, as you can see, utilized a little tactic there, maybe a glitch. If you kind of run a guy towards home plate when he's on third and there's a guy on first, the second baseman will throw it home, allowing your man to make his way to second base. So that's an easy trick, and always remember that because it'll give you extra runs with ease.
Oh yeah, that's a must-have from back in the day. If you knew that trick, you would infuriate your friends very quickly.
Another single up the gut by George Bell, staking a 6-0 lead early in the game here. Now, sometimes those outfield throws from the computer will go offline and past the catcher, and that will essentially allow you to walk right into home.
Oh yeah, easy runs once again. And there's great work by Andres Galarraga. Foot race taking down Jose Canseco.
Hell, that's not much of a challenge, C-Dub.
No, I'm afraid not. And here we are. We got Eric Davis up here taking on Tom Hankey. He's out of there. Bring up Mike Schmidt from the Phillies.
Getting in the groove here with Tom Hankey on the mound. Once you find that outside corner spot, these guys really have no chance of hitting it.
They do not. You know, one thing that's interesting to note about the pitchers here is you have a guy like Hankey who has a low-rated curve, but he has a high fastball. And then you have another pitcher on the team, Brett Saberhagen, who only throws an 87-mile-per-hour pitch, but it is an A-rated curve. One of the most important things when pitching in this game is to work the angle and get to those outside corners and rack up those strikes.
True that, C-Dub. Now we got Harold Baines up to bat. He played with the White Sox for a long time. Now he's a coach. Chopper to hopper to third base, and you're good for nothing, Harold.
Good job, Harry. George Brett back up to bat. I hope somebody made sure he didn't get into the pine tar here. Going back, Eric Davis out of there. Can of corn. That puts us at the bottom of the third inning. The American League is ahead by 6 runs. Nothing from the National League yet. Big old goose egg, JC.
It's hilarious how all the fielders run together. They're linked kind of in a grid or something, but when you move one guy, there's a couple other guys that are connected to him, so you really have to kind of choose what character you want to use to catch a fly ball like that pretty quickly, otherwise you have no chance at it.
Yeah, definitely. I would say that the American League probably has the advantage at the corners with Don Mattingly and George Brett compared to Andres Galarraga and Mike Schmidt for the National League All-Stars.
That's a close call, C-Dub, but I would certainly put Donnie Baseball over Galarraga at this point in baseball history. Now that was a weak-ass pop-out by the pitcher, so no surprise there.
Hey!
A bunt single, a swinging bunt as they like to call it, and we have a double.
Great job, Paul Molitor.
Attaboy, Paulie, 3 for 3.
Don Mattingly up here, 1 strike. That ball is hit well. That ball is hit deep, back, gone. A home run. Don Mattingly, thank you very much.
That gives us quite a comfortable lead here, 9-0 in the top of the 4th inning. And George Bell lines one down the left field line, just fair on the chalk line. Going for 2, will he make it? That extra slow slide doesn't help, but he's in there.
All right, Jose Canseco back up, gets one right through the gap there. That's going to bring in one more run and result in a double for Jose Canseco. 10-0 here. I'm not sure that the National League is going to be able to come back from this one.
It's turning into an ass whooping at this point, C-Dub. I'm surprised that the National League All-Stars have not pulled their pitcher, but then again, the computer is really stupid in this game, so no surprise there.
And of course, these early games on the NES, I mean, they were limited as far as sports go. They are not always a direct representation of the rules of baseball, or in the case of other games and other sports, it's not exact, but hey, back in my day, we had to make do with what we had.
12-0 now. It's getting ugly, and the National League, they're pretty much out of luck here. No chance to come back, like you mentioned. Another double for George Brett, really tearing it up, and McGuire right past the shortstop. He's 3 for 3 as well. Gonna score another run, 13-0. Now this game does have a 10-run rule, so if we are to close out the National League in the bottom of the 4th, that's all she wrote.
That's right, that'll be it. Hey, here's our pitcher up to bat. Hanky swings through it. How about that? Goes right into the outfield. Is this really going to be a double by our pit? No way. Here goes a triple by the pitcher. He's there. It's safe. Way to go, Hanky.
All right, Paul Molitor making a bid to go 4 for 4, and it's caught at the wall. Could have been foul, but at this point, I don't think it will make a difference.
I'm afraid not. It looks like we've got Brett Saberhagen coming up there to pitch. Nice choice. He, of course, has the highly effective curve, as we talked about earlier. Can really hit those corners against a guy like a Benito Santiago and shut him down.
This is my most common strategy playing R.B.I. baseball. Using the American League All-Stars, I would always pick Hanky to be my starter and bring in Saberhagen to close it out, which is kind of funny because Hanky was a reliever and Saberhagen was a starter in real life, but the crazy curve on Saberhagen's fastball, there's no chance for these guys to even come close to hitting it.
I'm afraid not. Eric Davis up to plate here. That was a big walk with 2 outs. Put a man on first. Saberhagen, keep it together here.
Oh no, the shutout could be over. Back to the wall, and it's caught. Great catch. And that's your ball game. 14-0. No fight from the National League All-Stars. Pretty easy, C-Dub.
Easy peasy.
Thanks for joining me here on this playthrough of R.B.I. Baseball on Chronochord Gaming. Make sure to subscribe to keep up to date with all our latest content, and make sure to check out chronochord.com for our newest instrumental music. For C-Dub, I'm JC, and we'll see you at the ballpark.